Zazie.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome to Back Talk.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I'm really happy you're finally here testing with me this impromptu setup, which I'm really excited about.
We've made it so cozy.
Yeah. I think it's way better than sitting in front of each other at like big table. That felt a bit like interrogation.
Yes, especially on a beautiful day like this.
Yeah.
Now we are actually, for the listeners, we're like experiencing the sun.
Yeah. Can you tell me
Beautiful
more a
flowers.
little bit about the sun phases?
No, I mean we're really making the best of it.
We are.
Yes.
We are. Yeah, I wanted to introduce you also to start with. Obviously, you're my longtime friend and a poet and an artist of many different mediums and an amazing editor and boss bitch. A true inspiration of what an independent artist can be, and I appreciate having you here today. But I want to start with introducing you via your bag, because I also thought it would be smarter this time to do the bag introduction before we talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
gonna.
So what's in your bag?
It just feels like an airport moment where you're just like, I'm giving you permission to just open up my bag.
I thought you're gonna be showing me.
I thought that's how you did it.
No, I've never done it myself like this. This is exciting.
I thought that's what you did.
Oh my god,
Okay, well.
I love doing that. Well, sometimes I actually ask people if I can see their wallet.
Yeah.
And
if I get a chance, I like open people's drawers.
The snoop
curiosity.
inside of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, okay, this is a tiny black Y3 backpack. And it has another tiny pouch, nylon black Y3 backpack with bedazzled Y3s. Did you thrift it?
No.
Oh my god. Wow, that's so nice. There's so many. Oh my god, you have so much stuff in here. Oh, that's really exciting. Do you love Dr. Hanushka?
Yeah, I was wondering, like, are we making like
Sponsored?
Are we advertising now for like all this like shit?
I mean, you're
products
using
that I
it.
have?
You're carrying it with you. I guess you are sort of de facto advertising. Okay, but we don't have to stop on it. Ooh, that's a really nice of pink rose called Ancient with golden dusk stick for eyeshadow by a nice magnetic closure.
Does it say eyeshadow?
I mean,
It's like a
called
color stick.
baton, which is in Russian baton. It's like a loaf of bread. So I don't know, confusing.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's just like an amazing like color that I use for everything.
Another
Really
that's a foundation
Well,
in
that
color
little bag-
hazelnut.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? I always dreamt of like I wish
You are so not a hazelnut to me.
But this, like, there's people whose profession it is to, like, come up with these names for cosmetics.
I know, Rihanna
Imagine.
names her own Fenty Beauty items, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I would too.
That's why she has, like, sexy whip-out cream.
I used to have a lipstick that was called Mauve On.
Mauve On? Wait, now I'm holding the iconic black honey item.
Yes,
If you know,
like,
you know.
Why I'm a basic bitch. It's, like, revealed now.
Yeah, well.
But sorry.
Who isn't? Who isn't? Oh, wow.
But you're literally just opening, like, my cosmetics bag now.
Yeah,
This
but
is, like,
that's exciting.
like the bag
You're
in the
also having a deodorant on you. Okay, did you prepare?
No, it's like my shit.
Oh
But
my
I didn't
God.
know you were gonna open the
Yours-
little bag as well.
You
You're
gave me
starting
the
with it.
bag. You gave me the bag, and I'm like,
But you could have also been like, this is a cosmetics bag, and then, like, I don't know.
okay, shall I stop?
No. It's fine. Is the
Okay,
end, is the,
what
is
I
the bottom
absolutely
inside?
love that you have like a second color stick in the same color, just an extra, and then you have
They are
my
taking this-
favorite like beauty design item as of today, like top 5 is like by Red Dot Neon Green mascara that
Yeah,
was
it's really good.
Arca advertised, but was
Right.
Beautiful.
Right.
Okay, wow, there's still some stuff in here. Jesus Christ, love it. Oh, perfume.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, that I'm not gonna name. I think it's a movie tone to say what people are smelling of. It should be a secret.
That's true.
And another one. Wow, I've never heard about it. It looks really fancy.
You can smell it, like just for you, not for the listeners.
Oh, gorgeous. Oh, I know. It has this like, you know, the smells that smell like rust and asphalt after the rain, and also a bit of gasoline.
Mm-hmm. It has some of that.
It has some of that. I also have some.
It's very smoky in general.
Yeah, but it stays in your and apparently it's like some peach related smell.
Oh, like a resin.
Yeah, a bit. Okay, I think this is it. Oof, that's just bag number 1. Oh my god.
So funny. You actually took out all of this shit.
I'll put it back. Okay. Technical moment. I'm putting everything back. Oh,
there's not so much space left in the.
Honestly,
in
the dedication you have to the makeup, I never thought about it, but you do. You like a makeup wearer.
I reapply lipstick. That's the main thing.
Yeah, consistency.
And I am obsessed with like my perfume, so I just like carry it around, and also I kind of like move back and forth between my studio and my home constantly. So if I leave to go to the studio in the morning, I don't necessarily know where I'll go to after. So I always carry this shit around just to be prepared.
I must confess, like before you came here, I was preparing the space. And the first setup, you took the pictures with water. But what I also did, like in my memory, every time I enter your studio or like we hug when they say hi, I always notice the smell. So I was like, wait, I need to burn some incense. She was gonna love it. And I was like...
It did smell amazing when I came in.
I know. It's like some incenses that were like presented to me and they were hand rolled by some monks in Thailand.
That's like the bare minimum, right? That's very good. Yes.
I know, but I also have no idea what's the smell. Amazing. Like I have no idea, and they have only like some...
it reminded me of like my favorite incense of all time, which is also a very monastic smell. I think it's called Golden Pavilion. It's so good, and I came across it when I was doing a retreat once, like, and it just, every time I burn it, it like instantly gives me that effect of like this super peaceful environment. Like it really works that way.
Same. And with this one
is what we need today too.
I know the reset of the space. Okay, Lips to Chill, the book by Matsuo Basho.
Yes.
What's that?
Okay, so Basho...
That's poetry.
Yes, it's haikus. Basho was like the most important poet of like the Edo period in Japan. 1600 until 1800 was this period, but like I think he was alive around like 16 something, I don't know. And this, like one of the poems that is in this book, I used in a recent episode of DAISYWORLD, my project that you know about. And I mean, this is a little penguin classic because, like, not because I'm basic like that, but because I don't carry around my, like, precious vintage items. They don't leave my sacred library. So I buy doubles to carry them around and to, like, have, like, I don't know, what's the word in English? Like, in Dutch, we call these, like...
Have it at hand.
Like, ezelsoren. When they're used, you know? So this is for usage. Okay. This is one for usage. It's really beautiful.
I have a feeling there should be something about like fringed edges. Mm-hmm. Well, somebody correct us later on.
Like in Dutch, it's like donkey ears. It's what it's...
Oh, that's cute. Okay, Privilin from Allergies. The hay bloom fever. Season.
Yes. Spring is my season, but also hay fever.
Okay, but so you've been publishing DAISYWORLD as a print publication. Now you just relaunched it as a Substack calendar that is gonna be featuring 72 entries.
Yes.
Based on Japanese calendar of seasons, correct?
I mean, it's following the cadence of the Japanese micro seasons. It has nothing to do with Japan other than that.
Okay, but it's just a culmination of your obsession with micro seasons.
I mean, it's an ancient Japanese concept.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
I love I love that you just have this perfect tiny red apple. It's like very much Adam and Eve coded, or like the Twilight Saga.
No. Let's stay with like, you know, a tiny reminder of good and evil at all times. You get
Adam and Eve, I get the Twilight. Okay, the charger for all things non-natural. And a tiny little wallet. Yes. Oh my god, this is so cute. This is like very like grandma wallet. I don't mean it in a bad way, but it's just like, I mean, I don't know.
What
it
is
just gives me.
It's very small and modest, and it has like a subtle snake print. And it's just like
that's what I mean. It's small and
so obnoxious.
It's like, very modest.
Yes,
the shape, the colors, the metal details. It's very, you will not notice it, and I love it. I think this is very grandma to me. The grandmas never
what makes you
like.
happy.
It's just cozy. It's a cozy wallet. Okay, thank you for the search.
You're very welcome.
I like that we didn't have any of the classics, like the keys and the mobile phone, which is absolutely fine.
Well, the phone is right next to me because the phone is obviously the most important thing.
There was a hidden empty pocket.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm kind of excited
put, like,
and
a little
dissatisfied.
I mean, my coins should have been in there.
Oh yeah, what are the coins? Tell me more.
I mean, the coins are the thing that is, I think, the most constant item in my bag. It's like my I Ching coins for divination. And
what is divination?
Okay, so it's like an oracle in a way.
Okay.
Very symbolic, very ancient wisdom. Like you throw the coins, they connect to lines. These lines connect to hexagrams. The hexagrams connect to like a chapter in a book of like 64 chapters, I would say.
This is so Lara Croft.
All right.
This is really cool and Lara Croft coded.
The thing is, like, I consult the I Ching like maybe 3 times a year. I take it very seriously. It's not something to be taken lighthearted. Like, I don't ask it bullshit questions. Like, it's like a tool for moral decision making, or like, I don't know how to describe it best. Mm-hmm. But it's very interesting. It always brings me so much wisdom. Mm-hmm. And clarity. Mm-hmm. But I always carry the coins with me because I feel like they need to be charged with like my shit, you know? So it's like I don't use them every day, but I always carry them around so that they're really aligned with like my movements somehow. That makes any sense.
I think this is like the perfect tchotchke, but in a good way.
The perfect what?
You know tchotchkes? Like, no. I think it's all the things that you just own, but they are meaningful only to you and they have a special meaning.
Right.
But they sometimes can be like a crazy collection of tiny little sculptures of dogs, or they can be like those tiny little meaningful things that you always have in your wallet or in like a back pocket, or in your case those coins. And I think most of the time the ones that you always have like on you, or like nobody else can touch them, for example, I love those. Those are like the actual, how are they called in the Harry Potter? The ones that Voldemort divided himself into, the Cristrage?
I don't know.
Well, wait, anyway, but I also had like, okay, I believe in witches, but seriously, and I think they exist, and so
They.
What
do you mean?
All of the witches,
of course,
they exist. Yeah. That's what I mean with they.
Ooh.
I remember when it was the lockdown, I got a fresh stack of cards.
And what kind of cards?
Just playing cards. Mm-hmm. And I was like playing with them every day. And then at a certain point, I feel like I had a total, I don't use them anymore because I feel like they took in all the energy and nerves from that period, and I don't want to touch them anymore. Like
I mean, there should be a way to just like neutralize them again, if you want, if that's what you want.
That's
right?
like how you put them in the freezer. Oh, do you? Have you ever done that?
No, what I do always, I always put, like, when I hunt for books,
Yeah.
like, this is like my joy of life to like hunt for like books, especially old ones. Always need to put them in the freezer because of the bugs. The invisible, like old paper eating bugs. I don't know what the name for it is, but like always, if you buy vintage books, always put them in the freezer for a night, and then the next day you can put them in your library, because otherwise they will, like,
infest the whole library.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't.
that's an important thing to put in the freezer.
So the bookworms are actual worms.
It's also the thing that makes this like amazing old paper book smell. It's the same
The
thing.
feces of the bookworms?
No, I don't think it's feces, but it's the decaying of the material that produces this like sweet,
Usually
pleasant
everything
smell.
that smells after the insects, it's their feces.
It's not the animals that create the smell, it's like the decay of the paper, I think. Well, I mean, I have to...
Well, I'm praying for this. But what I was always putting in the freezer is the jewelry. If jewelry holds bad juju, my mom taught me, just put it in a freezer. So I remember in our freezer at home, I would always open to look for dumplings or whatever, and there would be an occasional bracelet or something.
But like of your own jewelry?
Yeah. Like your own jewelry, or if you got something vintage and it doesn't feel right.
That's so funny.
But I think what's funny that it was done so matter-of-factly that I'm going to just throw it in a freezer, like in a washing machine.
Yeah,
which
really
is like
nice.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, I like those too. The very pragmatic, rational way of treating these like completely irrational things.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any proof in science for it. But
for
like,
the freeze to kill bad vibes.
Bad energy. Yeah. I mean, the molecules change a little bit temporarily, so maybe that's like a reset.
Maybe. When I invited you first to come here, I'm slow researching the cringe equals sublime theory. In a nutshell, at this point, it's a bit of a horseshoe theory, where on one end you have cringe and on the other hand you have sublime, and they sort of infinitely leaning towards each other, never fully touching. And then you have this whole spectrum of things that are on the horseshoe diagram on the bottom, going from cringe to sublime. And then there are different things that sparkle this association for me, such as impersonation and transcendental meditation and other things.
So it's not only focused on fashion.
I think fashion is using this idea of transcending from cringe to sublime all the time. Therefore, it's really very much linked to this research. But also, I mean, fashion does work with impersonation, meditation, and everything else. And in a sense, I think everything can be sort of linked in between two of those notions, but some things are much more, they embody both simultaneously and continuously, and that's what I like. And for me to talk to you about your love for nature and how you work with it was very much introducing this balance of the sublime beauty of it and the sublime idea of never being fully able to understand nature and rationalize it, but also the cringe of the fact that there is a lot of pushback with being obsessed with nature, because it is perceived cringe on so many social levels. I think perhaps it's because it's not fully understandable and fully rationalized, or to love nature you have to believe in it in a certain way that basically not cool.
You mean like human projections?
Yeah. So there's such a divide between nature and humans that to like nature and really see it
and make it their personality
and make it which is and make it their personality is kind of cringe. So I'm very curious in the way you work with it, because you really put the highbrow design and beauty and aestheticization into it, even in like 72 seasons, which is like I think it's a great revamp of the nature as an aesthetical choice.
That sounds so good. Yeah.
How come you started doing all of this with nature? Because I know before you were not really working, you were doing portraits and you were doing photography. How did it, like, this obsession cultivated into this specific trigger point for you to also start the Daisy World initially, like the publication, which is dedicated to the nature and the new vision of nature?
It's really with these things, it's completely impossible to like pinpoint like one moment, or like it's not a decision you make, you know, like it's sort of very organic how that happens. No pun intended. I guess, let me think. I mean, I started Daisy World as a physical magazine in 2020. That was like the first thing. Actually, I do think as an artist, or at least I am constantly reflecting on what you're seeing your colleagues do and like what is happening and like how you compose yourself towards that or something. And I think it was a little bit of a reaction. Like, of course, this like interest in nature is like something that has been given to me by my parents, probably in the way you're raised, and you either have a love for nature or not. I mean, I had two grandmothers who were like growing roses in their gardens, like that just like sets you up to like appreciate it. I don't know. And like my father knows all these things and like, I don't know, childhood stuff that you're just like set up with. And then I think when I started Daisy World, it was also because I really wanted to see something that I needed, that I sort of had a need for, that was not about people, but that was like, you know, putting the lens outward, and just like I wanted to learn and see things that were beautiful and silent and that were just not about like the self or identity matters or like anything. I just got very allergic to that, and I was just really craving beauty and consolation that only nature can like give me. I think that was the first step.
I think it's really interesting that it's like the response to everything turning very much egocentric. And to the opposite and just look outside, but then also, yeah, there is like a rebellion in that.
I think that's also why I enjoy making Daisy World, because it focuses on like beauty, you know? Like we live in a very ugly world. It's full of ugliness, but it doesn't mean that there's not beauty there. So I prefer to focus on that, and instead of yelling against like ugliness, I guess feels a bit counterproductive. There's like, you know, we know that there's like the ugliness there, so I don't know, maybe I have taken it upon myself to the sacred task of the artist to like bring beauty and consolation to the people. Well,
which is true though. That is a sacred task of an artist.
Of some artists, I guess, yeah.
I believe in it. I think if there is any, then this one definitely proved over time to be working.
What do you mean?
To bring beauty to the world. Like definitely that's a good thing to do. And I think it works long term.
I mean, if that's what you're doing, you're not like making war, which is great, right? Yeah. And I think it's needed. Like, it's been so nice for me, like, since I started now, like, the responses people have been giving, like, it's really, really heartwarming. Like, somehow, like, I do this, like, for me most of the time. Like, this is the work that I do when I'm not doing other work. Like, even before Daisy World existed, like, this is what I enjoy doing. It is so many things to me, and it's like, that's what I do. And then have people respond like so well, and so like I receive these like very moving messages from people, and it's like, that's worth it, you know, like that's really meaningful. It's really nice.
Also exciting that you moved to another platform, just having an instant response. That's so different from the print.
Yeah, true.
It's not anymore sending it into the unknown. Just
that's so true.
Just as like
it's way more direct.
Yeah.
And I mean, with a frequency like this, like 72 times a year, this is the only form it can have. So it's very like pragmatic choice in a way. But it's also, I mean, the rhythm of it's very nice.
It's a beautiful framework. Yeah. I'm like jealous. That's also not too much, not too little. It's not like every day, but it is a lot. It's like twice a week you have
Once,
to produce.
Every 5 days approximately.
Every 5 days, okay. Yeah. And you're sharing your library stack that you mentioned earlier that you sometimes buy doubles to just carry around.
Some need to they cannot leave the room.
Beautiful library culture. I know, I've seen some parts of your library. I love it. There are some gems.
Yeah. I mean, the whole idea of a library just really speaks to me. I'm always building this library. It's like my pride and joy.
Why?
No, I mean just a library. It's just so beautiful to have like a collection that's like so personal. And I just love looking at other people's collections or like places that have beautiful libraries, like institutions but I mean the private collections are always the best.
Yeah. Have you seen The Brutalist?
Oh.
It's like first, whatever. Like there is a moment where they're building this library for a super rich American man, and it's this brutalist, beautiful library where like the sun hits the walls and all the shelves can be hidden inside of the panels. It's just a glorious.
So exciting.
Exciting room with a lot of books and like a beautiful chaise-longue in the middle with a custom book holder that's attached to it, pretty much like I'm sitting now with my mic. It's really cool. I'm excited to build out the library here at home. I mean, it took me 2 years to install 3 shelves, but I'll be there.
You
one
have
day.
A lifetime to like build it. It's nice that it grows like organically.
But I also feel like I miss my books. Like I know they're just in the boxes, and
you have to live with them.
I just want to see them. That's
you have
not
to live
the
with
same.
them. You have to pull them out. You have to use them. Yeah, for
just
sure.
having them doesn't. I'm also curious how people, they buy art as an investment and then just store it forever somewhere.
Yeah, that breaks my heart always. I know it's like, I don't want to deal with the reality of that. Yeah. That's like very
insane. Common
practice.
I know, but I was only introduced to it via the Tenet movie.
What?
I know,
Oh, sweetheart.
I know, but why would I ever think about people just storing their art in some garage in the airport? Like, what? Absurd.
It's a very funny and sort of like practical and effective way to deal with something, with an object of like beauty or... I mean, not all art is about beauty, obviously, but like...
Yeah, do you want to talk to me about the art that's not about beauty? Shall we hate on that together?
No, I don't hate it at all. It's just like not what I am usually concerned with. But I think art should definitely not always be beautiful at all. It's just like what I am drawn to usually, because it like recently I was like observing like in my body what happens when something really moves me, or like what I want to happen when I come across art somehow. And it's like a very physical reaction. It's like really the sort of like butterflies that you get when you're in love, combined with like the sting behind the eyes when you're like tearing up. It's like the combination of those two things. Like I want that to happen to me. And then other things can really excite me, but it's more for like rational reasons, like design. Like I can live for things that are not giving me that physical effect, that don't move my soul, but I still think it's like really important, So it's different things. It's
what's
different
important
branches
about it?
I mean, when I'm thinking about design or architecture or stuff like that, of course it comes down to beauty, because it's like going beyond effectiveness. Like I think that's very important, because effectiveness or like that just is very short term. Like it doesn't last. And people forget, like it's like we live in a like time and like world where effectiveness is very prioritized, I think.
It's very true that it's not going to last much longer, because everything that's effective today might not be effective in like 10 years.
No.
All the design with like for the iPods even, they don't exist anymore. Nobody could even imagine that iPods one day would not exist.
And it goes fast.
It goes really fast.
Which, like, makes the contrast between, like, timeless quality, like, very big. I mean, of course, things that, like, sort of connect to, like, an older history, they carry something that goes, like, beyond, like, an individual or, like, temporary, like, experience of someone that creates something, which is great. That's, like, the accumulation of knowledge, right? Like, that's a very basic idea. You would think. But, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about.
We're just talking.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm thinking about what we're talking about, and I'm like, I have no idea.
Cringe in nature?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is pretty cringe.
Hmm?
It is pretty cringe.
What?
To be into nature is pretty cringe.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing that one should be into.
I know, which I honestly...
Which is so random to say.
I think...
No, I think...
It's a very personal take. I think I actually really love nature. Like, to be in a forest is a dream. I love the smells. I love the life. I hate mushrooms, but that's another story.
I'm not so into them either.
Just...
They made me really sick
The
one
more
time.
I know about them, the less I like them. But I'm like, respect, but let's not be friends, really. It's okay.
But you know that your fucking life depends on them, right?
Yeah, of course. Like, we all live in an ecosystem. Everything's connected, blah, blah, blah. Oh, sure.
But it's really endearing to me how you are able to say, like, yeah, I mean, I love nature. Like, that sentence alone is really funny.
Yeah, but...
Because you are nature.
Yeah, but that's, like, I don't feel like I'm a part of it. I feel I have so many strong sensations of, like, you know, itchiness on your skin if the grass was cut too short and you're lying on it.
Well,
when
that's
it's not
because...
soft grass, then
Yeah.
it's cut grass and you lie on it on the park and then you get all itchy if your skin
But that
touches
is,
it.
again, human interference, my babe. Because that, like,
Yeah,
there's such a good saying. Listen to this. Like, I think this was, like, my slogan for Daisy World for such a long time. Lawns is nature without sex and death. Is this the saying? I don't, like, this is what I mean. Like, I was talking about my memory before. My memory is really horrible. It's like, that's what it is. Like, a lawn, like a mowed lawn, is literally nature stripped of sex and death. Like, there's nothing there.
Okay.
You get it? Like, it should be wild.
Yeah.
There should be all these, like, things happening.
I
and
mean,
it's just,
like lifeless. It's lifeless.
Yeah.
Yeah. And itchy.
I need to look up this, like, saying for 1
Please
second.
go. But yeah, there are a lot of things that are really uncomfortable with nature. So to fully experience it oneself with it without any circumference. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then it's really hard to actually find a place where you can do that. And also it will take you time to adjust. Like in The White Lotus. I
didn't see this. I hear all these references. I'm seeing shit.
That's fine. You read books, I see shit. It's absolutely fair game.
Such a good math.
Yeah, but there's this girl. And
nature purged of sex and death. That's like what a lawn is, basically.
Purged.
Yeah.
Purged nature. That's also
human interference. But I mean, the whole idea of cringe is like so exclusively human, right?
Yeah.
Because it has to do with like consciousness or a lack thereof, right?
Yeah.
So to
cringe
think
is
about
like your instant reaction that something is wrong. And what I read recently is cringe is a failed attempt.
Mm-hmm.
And your recognition of failure.
Yeah.
And I think...
But that's so great because that's why nature can never be cringe. It can only be like our projections onto how people are like. This is like when I thought about like this combination, like the one thing that I think is really cringe that I came across in my work with Daisy World, especially with the magazine.
Yeah.
I was doing these open calls, you know, like I always had like half of the contributors was like curated by me or like invited, and the other half came from like an open call because I really enjoyed this sort of like coincidental like fate combination of like contributors. And this thing that really like makes me cringe so hard is this thing called anthropomorphism, and it's when like people project human emotions onto animals or like other living beings. And I think that's like one of the most cringiest things there are. I cringe so hard.
I mean, obviously that's the easiest way to like understand something, is to think that this entity would be equal to me in everything, including emotion. But so that's dumb. Also like absolutely unfair.
It's so dumb.
That's like cope that doesn't cope, really.
I mean,
and were there like a lot of submissions talking about the nature and giving it emotions?
Well, it's for a lot of people, it's the only way to look at nature or animals or anything, you know, like because they want to emphasize. It's a very like social, I'm afraid, evolutionary like thing that we do. Like the magazine was like an art publication, so I'm asking artists or like thinkers and people to like look at nature through the lens of art or through an art practice or through like minds that work differently than like, you know, I wasn't really aiming at like biologists or, you know, people in science, although I had some people coming from those professions, which was very interesting, especially combining those worlds. But there were so many things that I rejected for the magazine because it was just so self-centered and like, I don't know. Also like the whole concept of like, I mean, this is like controversial maybe, but like the whole idea of like queer ecology that I got flooded by with contributions was just like very strange to me. Like very much.
Can you explain? I don't know what does that mean.
You never heard of queer ecology?
I mean, I've heard about it, but I didn't.
Well, I have to add, like in the lens of like within the arts, the usage of this idea within the arts, because queer ecology in itself like has very interesting ideas, and of course, like nature is queer, like nature is gay as fuck, like obviously, you know, like nature doesn't care really. Like there's all these things like polyamory amongst animals and genderlessness, and like I love to learn about like snails like impregnating themselves, like I don't know, you know, stuff like this. Obviously this is like a given, okay, but like it just feels so, how can I make this about me? You know what I mean? It's like, can ecology please not be about your sexuality? Thank you. Like that sort of feeling it gave me. Yeah. Even though in like the ideas of like queer ecology, like there's very interesting ideas, but like artists maybe having a way of just like making it about themselves again, you know what I mean? Instead of just like looking or redefining like normative thinking within like evolution or biology or whatever. Like there's very interesting stuff. Like, let me get that straight. But like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's the usage of the term, which was also a very fashionable thing. It's already like out of fashion.
Yeah, that's true.
And that annoys me. It's not innate desire, I think, to like make work about that.
Generally, making anything fashionable is really putting something in a sort of a period of rise and fall. Regardless of what it was to begin with.
Right.
It will rise and fall, and it will have this love and hate relationship. But some things happen to be fashionable, like nature.
For sure. Which is, when I started DAISYWORLD, I was like right before like the big ecology trend in art, and it fucking ate me up like Pac-Man. Like, it was horrible.
But I think what's interesting is that notions as huge and boundless and actually unfathomably humongous like nature, that I think that's where sublime is.
Yes.
They can become exceptionally cringe when they are put in this fashionable situation.
Exactly.
Of hyper focus and sort of definition that has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
To become fashionable, it has to be defined.
Exactly.
And I think that's very interesting. I think maybe that's the crux of this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because also,
is that like the romantic sublime that like has this like huge like this awe that one feels for nature, the feeling of being small and like having this like, is that like the romantic sublime? Like,
I think it can be romantic sublime, but also I think sublime is also an interesting term in itself. I think it is very much been defined as of late through this romantic lens.
mm-hmm.
But I think
that's what I think of when I think of sublime, but there's like you know more than
I think it's a bit of like the umami, the ununderstandable pleasure. That's also sublime to me. Something that you cannot really understand, but you just know.
I think I have this like sublime experience when I look at nature. Just because like the fact like for example with all this blossom outside happening now, like the fact that people are like acting as if that's normal, it's just insane to me. Like when you see like a little flower coming up, like that is like the whole universe in itself, right? It's so big. I feel like an ant like all the time. I want to feel like an ant, like small like that.
But I really don't like insects. Freak me out.
They're so beautiful.
Too many legs, too many particles, too many
But they're so like, I would think that you, out of all people, with your like sensitivity for like beautiful decoration, would be obsessed with the beauty of insects.
Yeah,
they are so beautiful.
I
and
just
detailed.
can't. I can see that they have eyes, but I know that we are so not the same, and those eyes are seeing me, but they're thinking something that I will never be able to understand because I don't have this anthropomorphism thingy going on, that I project human emotions onto them. So I actually don't expect them to think what I'm thinking when they're looking at whatever I am looking at. But that freaks me out so much,
like
because there is like,
you.
they are complete aliens.
Mm-hmm.
living here with me, and I'm like, that's very spooky. Very spooky.
But isn't that great? I think that's great. I think it's so much better than projecting onto them, just like leaning into the fact that you have no idea.
I don't know. I don't.
Let alone the things that don't have eyes. You know, like that's a whole other thing.
Oh my god, but that's like absolutely creepy.
For sure.
Spooks. Also, the more you think about how alive you are, the more spooky it is. Okay, back to mushrooms that are spooky. We're all covered in them.
Yes.
Spooky as fuck.
Yes, we consist of like all these other things that keep us alive.
That's like absolutely insane. Very
but
scary.
Like, it's really interesting because like it freaks you out, but others are just like enchanted by it. Like me. I'm like in awe. I'm like in wonder over this kind of stuff constantly.
I guess this is like,
but it has both to do with not understanding it and like leaning into like the not understanding, which is like,
I really like understanding things. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Control freak. It's control.
That's me.
But anyway, I also had to think about something else when you were saying this, which is like another very cringe experience.
So Vertel.
It was the one and only theater play that I walked away from. Ooh, yeah. I mean, Dutch theater, often very cringe. It was a play, like, this was so funny. Do you remember in the arts that like Donna Haraway was like a hype? Like everyone was like,
still is. It's like,
I mean, she is fantastic. Like, I find her absolutely brilliant. For those who don't know her, how should we describe her? She's like an American scholar, feminist, philosopher, like incredible original thinker with incredible mind-blowing ideas. Like when I came across her work, I was changed, obviously. In the arts, like everyone was just making work about it. Like everyone was taking a sliver of the outside of what she was doing and like making work about it. Annoyed the fuck out of me because obviously we live in a world of epigones and like many non-original thinkers taking the ideas of like original thinkers and like just, it's fashion basically. And then like in Dutch theater, like the stuff that's like trending in the arts, like international arts, 10 years later it comes to like the Dutch theater and like people are making a play about it, and I freaked out because this was about this book Staying with the Trouble, and the whole thing about this ideas that she has is like sort of redefining our relationship to our world and to other living beings and understanding the thing that we just talked about, that you don't know. And that's really important, to just understand that you don't know, you don't understand, and that you should find respect in that or something, like not trying to have a relationship basically. And then this theater piece, like there was like an actor on the stage who was like, I'm a stone. And he was like trying to imagine what it was like to be a stone. It was just like the complete opposite of what her theory is about. And I just like I couldn't physically take it. It was just so horrible. Like the whole premise of this piece was that it was about her book, about this theory, and it was completely misunderstood. That was so painful. I just had to walk away.
When I was a kid, I had a drawing teacher in my school that I would have to see twice a week for 45 minutes. And she was completely nuts, this lady. And one of the things she was asking us to do is to draw via imagining us being the thing that we're drawing. First example was to imagine that you're a stone and to draw a stone and like as a helping tool to imagine that you're a stone. How would it feel? Like what is the movement? Like everything. And to this day, it's the only thing I found useful in all her lessons. That is actually, when you're drawing, it's super fun to imagine if you are this entity, whatever you're drawing, because all of a sudden you have sort of, I don't know, for me at least, I have this like movement sensations that are very performance acting related that allow me to literally move my pencil differently. And that totally works.
It's such an interesting and fun exercise.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the reality of that stone or the experience of that stone. That shouldn't be the point.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not
as long as you can make that differentiation, it's fine. And it's a really fun thing to do. And it's like, how do you say it? Like emphatic exercise, and it's like creative.
Absolutely asks you to do completely the same.
Yeah.
And in a sense, by drawing something, you try to understand it. That's like the premise.
A different way of understanding,
Or show it to somebody else, and being like, this is a stone. But you're drawing the way you feel.
But what makes it interesting is that it says a lot about, it's like a psychology exercise, right? It's like a psychological test. Like it says a lot about the person. It has nothing to do with the stone. As long as that's clear, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
But so is any visual art.
No, for sure. But like relating it to what they were trying to do in the play, it like
but I'm
angered
like,
me.
What were they trying to do in a play? He was trying
I have no idea.
Pretend to be a stone.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, we need to like really like feel how it feels to be not a human, and it's like, oh my god, that's exactly the point.
Oh, I remember all
of
this. Oh,
what do you remember?
Now I have all these flashbacks from like art school. Yeah. Like we have to imagine how it would feel to be non-human, but there is an ultimate like backdrop of never being able to escape the humanity of our own experience. And so it's absolutely futile pursuit.
Exactly.
Yes.
Have a little respect.
You just like, also just relax. Like, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, try something else. And then, and that's actually the progression towards other ways of knowing.
Mm-hmm.
That's another fashionable topic to go on after Donna Haraway pick. How many seasons are left there? You did
seasons.
4 out of 72?
Oh,
which one is
yes
coming?
Wild Geese Flying North.
Oh, that's true.
Coming
that
up on
is
Wednesday.
the season.
Yeah, but I mean, I take the titles, which are like the ancient Japanese descriptions, I take them as like a starting point. So, like, this issue might not be about wild geese at all, if you know what I mean. I'm taking the liberty of the artist to do whatever I want. There's no, like, it's not going to be literal necessarily every time. And there's many things happening, so it will be a surprise.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Here was the plug. Follow Zazie Stevens and DAISYWORLD
You
calendar.
said Zazie Stevens. That's amazing.
Is this wrong? Is it not your surname? That is your surname.
What?
Zazie Stevens. I just realized. Oh no, I mean Zazie.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Ciao.